Hello, if you can hear me, please let me know. For those who can hear me, please let me know. Hello. For those who can hear me, please let me know. Brenda, ازيك? Hopefully you're doing good. We're waiting for more people. We can hear you. I'm good. And how are you? I'm good. And we have Iniha, I think, if I'm saying the name right, maybe. Iniha, I'm saying your name right? I'm just taking a guess. Okay, we're just waiting for more people. Brenda, I'm here. I'm happy that you're here this time. Who else is here? Please let me know your name so we can start our live streaming. Me too, as well, Brenda. We're just waiting more people to join. I'm just trying to put the link also on my Facebook pages, so please give me a minute. I'm just waiting for more people to join. Today we're gonna be talking about Cairo and what are the places that you can visit in Cairo. On. Assalamu alaikum, assalam ya basma. All people sleep now in Russia midnight. Okay, well, here in Egypt it's also midnight. Here it's like almost 11 o'clock, so it's almost the same. Basma, ازيك? Hopefully you're doing well. Basma, I think it's the first time to join us, right? Basma, where are you from? Please let me know. Yeah, okay, it's the first time for Basma. Welcome, Basma. Have you ever came to Egypt? Guys, who of you came to Egypt or who of you visited Cairo actually? Oh, okay. So you have an Egyptian husband. Okay, you know what, Basma? Last time we were talking about the Egyptian husband and the experience of the women who are married to Egyptian husbands, and it was really interesting. Some people they say negative feedbacks, and some they say positive feedbacks. So, how's your life with your Egyptian husband? Is it going well? It's my dream. I want to visit in summer. Okay, okay. Are you willing to come to Cairo or you're willing to go anywhere else in Egypt? Because today this is what we're gonna be talking about the places that you can visit in Cairo. So are you willing to come in Cairo or somewhere else? Okay. Okay, guys, let us discuss what places that we can visit in Cairo. And let us divide it into categories first of all. In Cairo, you can visit some places which is very ancient places as pharaohs stuff and so on. And we have some stuff related to Egypt, which is like 200 or 300 years ago. And we have Egypt right now. Got it? So these are the three concepts of places that you can visit in Egypt. First of all, the part which is related to the real ancient Egypt, definitely we're talking about visiting the pyramids. Pyramids is not an option. So visiting the pyramids is a must actually. Got it? So that's the first thing that you need to visit. In addition, in Egypt now we're having the new mega museum. We have the new mega museum. What's the new mega museum? The new mega museum actually it's gonna be the largest museum ever in the world, the largest museum ever in the world. And actually, inshallah, it will launch in next June, inshallah. So these are two very important places that you can't miss. In addition, we have the Egyptian Museum for Civilizations. The Egyptian Museum for Civilizations is one of the most used museums that we have here in Egypt, and it's directed to seven different civilizations that were in Egypt, including pharaohs, Islamic civilization, Coptic civilization, and many others. One of the good things about the Museum of Civilizations that it's very unique and it has very high quality stuff to show. So it has a lot of visitors. For those who are not Egyptians, they can visit this place for 200 Egyptian pounds. For you guys, I know that you don't know a lot about the Egyptian pounds, but the 200 Egyptian pounds is something as $10 or actually like 12 American dollars. So it's like 12 American dollars. Other places that you can also visit here in Cairo, which is Cairo 200 years ago. Okay, Brenda, she's saying that she never been to Cairo. Okay, that's bad. Inshallah, you do this in once, inshallah. But just let me do something for you guys. I want to show you something interesting. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm just trying to get you a PDF book. Lorena. Hello, Lorena. Lorena, where are you watching us from? Which country are you from? Lorena, where are you from? I'm just, guys, giving you a book that can talk about Egypt and places that you can visit here in Egypt. Brazil, okay. I have a Brazilian, one of my best students ever. His name is Renato. He's one of my students. But wait, guys, let me show you something. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, visit. If if honest, I very want to live and work in Cairo, but understand that it's difficult. Who told you that it's difficult? What concept did you get this from? Actually, me as Ahmed, I have like two English students and two American students who work and live in Egypt, in Cairo. So living in Cairo is not a big deal. Trust me, Cairo is improving. We're having better life quality. We're having many good things. So trust me, it's not hard anymore. It's very simple and very easy. So thinking about that, you should really think about it. But depends on what industry do you work for. What industry do you work for? So please let me know first what industry do you work for, so I can give you a guide of how it's gonna be difficult, easy, how it's gonna be actually. Okay, so guys, as we say that the first thing, which is the pharaonic and very ancient Egyptian places to visit, and the second thing, which is Egypt 200 years old, or 200 years ago, or 300 years ago, which actually was related to the kings of Egypt. So you're gonna be visiting the, I mean the places that the kings used to live, the places that the kings used to go to, the places that the kings used to have their political meetings, and so on. And actually, we have these palaces. They are like 4 or 5 in Cairo that you can visit, and they are very super cheap. So visiting one of these places will cost something like $7 or $8, which is actually not a big amount of money at all. And let me show you this right now. If someone share with you something, just loading. I have a very slow connection today. I don't know why. Mhm. Okay, guys, here we go. But I want you to tell me, why do you think it's difficult to live in Egypt? Why do you think that? Okay. So, as we say that we have the very ancient Egyptian thing, because I'm forest in Cairo small flowers store, and I am afraid. No, 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 you don't need to be afraid. Where was that in Cairo? Usually Cairo is more safe than other places. Look, the concepts of Egypt is safe, generally speaking, Egypt is safe. Maybe there can be some exceptional accidents. Yes, I agree with you, but this is not the normal case. I have a lot of people who lives here in Cairo, and they're having a very fantastic life. But again, think about what industry do you work for. If it's a complicated industry, so I will tell you not now. If it's something common and something that you can build your business from, or you can have your own personal business, it's gonna be easy. Okay, if I did come in the future, I would love the ancient part of Egypt. Well, actually, Brenda, let me tell you something that we have also now current interesting part. What's happening now in Egypt is we are connecting the old ancient part with the current modern part of Egypt, which is, for example, as I told you, we're building the mega museum, which is the largest museum ever in the world. One of the things we have, some other mega projects that have even international ranking. So in addition, we have the new administrative city. The new administrative city, it's a new city that is built just to control the country, just to manage Egypt. So we have a lot of things that works, but I need to hear from you. Which part of Egypt do you prefer, and in which details, so I can tell you you can go to this place or you can go to that place. You got my point? So I need to hear from you more, guys. It must be beautiful. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing. Not just beautiful. It's amazing. It's really amazing. But who's more interested into ancient places to visit or new places to visit? Like some people, for example, they do like to watch the mega buildings, the high buildings, and some people they would like to have the ancient part. So you guys are interested in which one of them? So Ara, okay, okay. So Lorena, she's really interested in the old ancient Egyptian thing. And by the way, let me tell you something, guys. In the pyramids, we have something called the light and sound show. The light and sound show, and it's one of the most interesting shows that you can enjoy in the pyramids area. What's it about? Simply, they put light on the face of Sphinx and they make him talk. They make him talk to you about Egypt, about the Egyptians, about the ancient Egypt, and so on, and the stories of the pharaonic families. So this is one of the very interesting thing that you should watch, and you should go there. And the good thing that this show is made in like seven different languages. Like if you Google it, light and sound show, you're gonna really like it. You're gonna really love it. So this is one also of the most interesting parts. We have also a lot of religious places to visit. Like we have very ancient mosques. We have mosques related to the Prophet Muhammad family here in Cairo. We have the Hank Church. We have the largest church in the Middle East. It's located in Cairo. So we have a lot of religious places to visit. So Egypt is not only for pharaohs, it's also for the religious visiting. That that's very interesting for those who would like to have some religious visits. What I'm trying to say that Egypt has different things to show up. If Egypt has different things to let you love it, to let you care about it. You got my point? But it depends, always it depends on what kind of fun you would like to have. For example, one of the things that we have in Egypt, we have the widest hanged bridge ever in the world. It's one of the very exciting projects that we built here in Egypt. So we have a lot of mega projects in the new administrative city. For example, we have the tallest tower in Africa, and within like 6 or 7 years, we're gonna have the tallest tower in the world. So it's gonna be much more bigger than Khalifa Tower in Dubai. So the point that I'm trying to tell you, Cairo has a lot of variety to visit, and have a lot of things to visit and to enjoy. You know my point? So this is simply the four categories that you can know about Egypt. The real ancient Cairo, or the real ancient Egypt, which is Basma. She's asking about the hanging bridge. The hanging bridge is it's inside of Cairo in Shobra area. If you know Cairo, if you came to Cairo, there is a place called Shobra. It's in Shobra area, and actually, yeah, Basma, it's called Long Live Egypt Bridge. Long Live Egypt Bridge. Got it? So we have almost the four categories that you can consider visiting in Egypt. The very, 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 very ancient Egypt, okay, and Egypt, which is like 200 or 300 years ago, and you have the current Egypt that has a lot of improvements and so on, and a lot of places to visit, and finally the religious Egypt. That's why Egypt has a lot of variety that you can enjoy and you can have fun with. Ancient part is what I want because I believe it's unique. It's not just unique, it's very unique, very different. And you can if you're interested in this part, I would also recommend you to go to Luxor and Aswan. Because if we have this amount of monuments and stuff related to pharaohs in Cairo, so we have this amount in Luxor and Aswan. So please consider going to Upper Egypt, what we call Upper Egypt, which is actually in the down part of Egypt, what we still call it Upper Egypt, if you're interested in pharaohs. Got it? So some people would tell me, Ahmed, Luxor and Aswan and these cities are in the lower part of Egypt. Why would you call it Upper Egypt? Who can give me an answer? Why do we call Luxor and Aswan Upper Egypt, although it's in the lower part of Cairo, of Egypt? Who can give me an answer? Who can give me an answer? Who can take a guess? I need someone to take a guess. Again, the question is, why do we call Luxor and Aswan are cities located in Upper Egypt, although they are located in the lower part of Egypt? Lorena, she said north. Nope. It's called Upper Egypt, but they are located in the lower part of Egypt. Why? Something related to the Nile. Something related to the Nile. Who can tell me? Something related to the Nile. Okay. Simply because in Luxor and Aswan are considered the highest points of Nile River. Exactly, Lorena. Bravo, Lorena. Bravo. So they are the highest areas related to the Nile. So actually, the Nile River flows from lower part of Egypt to the to the north of Egypt. You got my point? So this is how it works here in Egypt. So that's why Luxor and Aswan are called Upper Egypt, although they are not located in Upper Egypt. You got my point? So this is the point that I'm telling you, trying to explain to you right now. What else places you may be interested in visiting Egypt? Who can tell me what other places you are interested in Egypt? Yeah. Well, in Egypt has a lot of secrets to know and to consider. And by the way, Basma, Nile River is being used as a transportation tool between Upper Egypt and Lower Egypt. Now the Egyptian government is making a high use and mega use of the Nile. So even now started using the Nile as a transportation tool just inside Cairo even. Not just in like going to Luxor and Aswan. So it's always used anywhere now and everywhere around Egypt. Get the point? So this is simply what I wanted to cover with you in these 30 minutes. Okay. And if any one of you has any question related to Egypt, to the Egyptian people, to the Egyptian culture, to the Egyptian Arabic, please feel free to tell me. Who has any questions, please? Yeah. We're trying to use it as a transportation tool. We're trying to make the best use of the Nile. We're trying to make the best use of the Nile. So anyone who has any questions about Egypt, Egyptian Arabic, Egyptian people, Egyptian culture, I'm here to help. I'm here to help. Anyone has any question, please let me know. Nile River actually it's more clean in the side of Luxor and Aswan, and it's less clean in the part of Cairo. But generally speaking, it's okay, accepted. But definitely, it's not good for drinking. Definitely, got it. But from starting from Luxor and Aswan, it's more clear than it's in Cairo. Okay. So, guys, who else has any questions? What is Alexandria famous for? Basma, you're talking about places to visit. Okay. So, actually, Alexandria doesn't have a lot of places to visit, but let me go through this really quickly. We have Alexandria Library, which is a very, very, very ancient library in Alexandria since the Romans. So it's something like 300, 400 years old. This is the place to visit in Alexandria. There's another place called El Muntaza, and it's a garden with the palace of one of the Egyptian kings. So it's a very, very, very big place with a palace just for the king. So it's a place that we use as a family garden, and it has some history, definitely. And in Alexandria, we have the Museum of Jewelry. We have the Museum of Jewelry. Okay, so all the gold that used to be used by the king's wives is there in this museum. These three places are in Alexandria. In addition to the palace, we have a big palace in Alexandria just by the sea that you can go there and you can enjoy it as well. Got it? If you learn the Egyptian dialect, how confident is this dialect for finding in other countries, such as United Arab Emirates? Okay, that's a very, very, very good question. You should know something. Egyptian Arabic is the only dialect that is used all around the Middle East. Again, Egyptian Arabic is the only dialect that you can use anywhere in the Middle East. So, me as Ahmed, I have some American students, I have some Russian students, I have some Spanish students. Me personally, they all live in Dubai and they are all learning Egyptian Arabic. So, you may think about it, why don't they learn Gulf Arabic? Because actually they wanna learn something that can be used anywhere in the Middle East. So simply, Egyptian Arabic is the only dialect that can be used anywhere in the Middle East, and people will understand you. Tamam? Thank you for your answer. You're welcome, Basma. I'm happy that you enjoyed us today and you joined us today, actually. And the landscape of the mountains of Dahab, I saw the photo. It's very beautiful, especially Aywa. Aywa. Yes. Look, I will tell you something generally speaking. Sinai is very famous of mountains. Sinai is very famous of mountains. So we have Saint Katrine Mountain. It's the highest mountain here in Egypt. And people actually start climbing this mountain at 3 o'clock, 3 a.m. And they reach up to the top point of the mountain around 5 or 6 o'clock. So we watch the sunrise. And the trip is just to go above the mountain for like 3 hours of climbing, watch the sunrise, have your cup of tea, and then go down the hill back again. Okay. And it has this mountain got something to do, something religious to do with the Christians. I think it has like the trip of some Christian famous characters. I don't know about it that much, but maybe Christian people would hear about it. So it's one of the things that you also consider in Dahab. In terms of language, what language is practiced in Egypt so as to make the visit easy? Egyptian Arabic. Egyptian Arabic, Brenda. The one that I teach on my channel or I teach privately. It's just Egyptian Arabic. And you should know that if you know how to speak Egyptian Arabic, so you can speak it anywhere in the Middle East. I'm telling you that it can be used in Dubai. So definitely it can be used also in Egypt. You got my point? So Egyptian Arabic is the thing that you should follow, is the thing and the language and the dialect that you should always consider learning it. And please, 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 if you're gonna go through any sources learning Egyptian Arabic, make sure it's Egyptian Arabic. Make sure it's an Egyptian Arabic, because I had some students who were studying from books, who had sessions with teachers for months and months and months, and then they realized what they were learning wasn't Egyptian Arabic. Got it? So please, please, if you're gonna be doing this, make sure it's Egyptian Arabic. And those guys, please, if you're stuck with anything, make sure that it's an Egyptian Arabic. I will just write down here my WhatsApp number. Okay. If you are stuck with any content, you'd like to make sure it's Egyptian Arabic or no, this is my WhatsApp number. Take it as a screenshot right now. Take it as a screenshot right now, just to make sure that you got my number. If you're stuck with anything related to confirming that this content is Egyptian Arabic or not an Egyptian Arabic, just WhatsApp me on this number. Tamam? I hope that you all had taken this number as a screenshot at least. Okay? So Lorena, she says she speaks just a little. Actually, you can improve it. Lorena, by the way, Egyptian Arabic is a very flexible dialect. Egyptian Arabic is a very flexible dialect. So learning it is not that hard. Learning it is not a big deal. So it's easy to improve it. It's easy to improve it. But I always keep saying that learning Egyptian Arabic is not easy, not because the language it's hard. Actually, Egyptian Arabic usually needs a smart teacher. Needs a smart teacher, whatever me or anyone else. I'm not personalizing what I'm saying right now. So it just needs a smart teacher who can deal with the Egyptian Arabic grammar, who can explain to you the Egyptian Arabic grammar. Why is this? Because Egyptian Arabic doesn't have any grammar. Egyptian Arabic doesn't have any grammar. So the concept is the teacher should be able to convert the daily spoken Arabic to a grammar and give it to you. Got it? تمام. You will love, but for me, you are not only a teacher for the Egyptian Arabic, but also practice for English because I started learning English last year, a few months earlier than the Arabic alphabet. Okay, okay. Uh, Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to just deliver my information in a good way. So I had to learn English in the proper way so I can teach my students the Arabic also in a proper way. But thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, Lorena, let me tell you something. I always tell my students 70% of your success dealing with Egyptian Arabic depends on the teacher, not on the student. Depends on the teacher, not on the student. Why? Again, I can't explain to you something without grammar. I can't explain to you something without a process. Always there should be a process. So if I can't generate to you a grammar that you can follow, so there's no process to follow. Ahmed, you need to generate. Yes, I need to generate it because we don't have Egyptian Arabic books. We don't have Egyptian Arabic books. Got it? All the Egyptian Arabic books that are found in the market, even in my website, it's all a workaround from each person of us to take the daily spoken Arabic, convert it into rules or to a content and give it to you. So trust me, even the books in my website, nothing is authorized because we don't have Egyptian Arabic books or any grammar to follow. It's just how smart is the teacher to take the daily spoken Arabic, convert it to a rule, and give it to you. Got it? That's why I always keep repeating. I always keep repeating. Make sure that you have a smart teacher. Make sure that you have a smart teacher. Trust me, once it comes to Egyptian Arabic, the presentation skills comes in the very end. The communication skills comes in the very end. The important thing is what? To make sure that this teacher is able to give you a process to follow. This teacher is able to generate to you a process to follow, steps to follow. If the teacher is not doing this, my personal advice, quit and save your time, your effort, and your money. If the teacher is not able to give you a process, a steps to follow, save your effort, time, and money, and leave. Because I heard from some of my students who came to me for private classes. The teacher told her, actually it was a girl, told her that you're gonna learn Egyptian Arabic by no rules, just you're gonna keep hearing it, then you're gonna start picking up some words and connect them together, and you can generate a conversation, which it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. This way can work with babies. Like if I have a 2-year-old baby, I will send him, for example, to Spain, and they'll just leave him in the street and he can learn Spanish. But I'm talking to adults. I'm talking to old people. I'm talking like all my students, no one is less than 18, mostly. Most of my students, no one is less than 18. So I have to give you a process. So please, again, me or any other teacher who's not giving you a process to follow, save your money, save your effort, save your time. Got it? Make sure that you do this. Yes, and the modality is very different, but with a good teacher, the main thing is patient. Everything can be learned. Exactly, but again, with a good teacher. Guys, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I'm the best teacher. I may be the worst teacher or the best teacher. I'm not evaluating myself or evaluating anyone. I'm just giving you an advice. Those who know me since I started giving Egyptian Arabic classes since 2013, since 9 years ago, I always care about the advice more than anything else. So my advice is a good teacher or a smart teacher. It should be a smart teacher. Okay? Hopefully this is clear because I don't want to just keep repeating it so you get bored. But through my experience, I had seen a lot of funny stories because of that. Okay. So, guys, anyone has any other questions? I was planning to have like 30 minutes live stream, but I'm happy that I'm with you guys. Anyone else has any questions? I need to hear from you other questions. Afwan Yakovacs. Afwan. Norina, you are welcome, Norina. So, guys, I was happy being with you today. You can just visit my website for more details about my one-to-one classes, my group classes, my consultancy service, which is I consult you about your relation with Egyptians, either you're a male or you're a female. I have this also on my website in the social services uh, board in my website. So you can get any of these services, one-to-one classes or group classes or consultancy or even tour guide service. This all it's there in my website, speaklikeanegyptian.com. You can take this also as a screenshot. Make sure that you had my number as a screenshot. I just want to make sure that any one of you who's stuck with understanding if the content that he's learning is Egyptian Arabic or MSA, simply you can just WhatsApp me on this number. Now, have a screenshot to make sure that you got it. Okay. And here it's better with a teacher. You can always ask. I have acquaintance from Egypt and they are patient with mine. Say it again and slowly. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. As long as you have someone who can help, go ahead. I'm not saying that your only way to learn is private classes to pay money for. Definitely, there are many sources online. Like me as Ahmed, as Speak Like Egyptian channel, I have more than 250 videos. More than 250 videos in my channel only. And there are other teachers. Yes, there are many other teachers. But again, please make sure that you are learning Egyptian Arabic. Okay. So thank you all for being here. I was happy having you all today. Actually, I wasn't planning to have a live stream today because I'm having just very hard headache today. Even I didn't wear my other shirt. But anyways, inshallah, I will see you all next Saturday and ma salama.